Alright, so final boss Ludociel is here, and today I'm gonna show you how to get top 100 on challenge mode difficulty. So this video is specifically for how to get high points if you sort of don't have any of these units, or like you're missing some units, because yeah, it's a collab unit. Yeah, you need his Holy Relic, you need Gopher's Holy Relic. This is also a collab unit. Even though she was free, it still might not be sort of accessible to most players. If it is to you, then of course this guide is for you, but I will be making some other guides, so like make sure you subscribe for that, where I'm using other teams and even free-to-play teams that can get at least 4,000 to 5,000 points, and you should easily be able to get all the rewards that you want to get the cosmetic right to get top 50%. That should be no problem. You're gonna get like all the diamonds. I do believe 35 diamonds because you get 5 from here as well. But yeah, like what this team is of course gonna be the very top 0.1% or top 100. So basically you're gonna use Gopher here for his well, both his alt gauge remover is gonna be useful, but also his Holy Relic, which is gonna give you a 25% attack related stats. This tactic that I'm about to show you only works if you actually sort of use hundreds upon hundreds of like stamina potions. As you can see, I always eat maximum stamina potions just so I don't have to click it as often. You're gonna waste like hundreds and hundreds of like foods. HP food is the best food, but if you find yourself like not dealing enough damage, then of course you can try attack food. You're gonna get a little bit less points for that. I'll just go over like the gear first, because it's HP defense on everyone, and even like these 3 units don't have their own HP defense gear, and I was able to get 7.3k like points with that team. The card set is the Unknown Allies card set. You can of course run like just straight up HP, and I did get 7,000 points while running HP card set by just going like this, applying setting on your artifact card set to HP. There's not really a card set, but it's just HP cards that give you the most HP, because the more HP you have on the final bosses and guild bosses and stuff like that, the more points you're gonna get at the end. You do get like total remaining HP points and stuff like that as well. So but yeah, I'm running Gopher. He has the Sorry Link just so that he deals more damage. Yeah, he's able to like hit enough damage on turn 2. Like for phase 1, you need to kill within like the first turn, so you do need to get this gold card right here in order to do that. If he hits all crits, which he doesn't do always, sometimes he misses all crits, but if he hits all crits, which he will, because he will have like 25% additional attack related stats, which includes crit, then he can easily like deal more than all of Ludo's HP in first phase. So that is why you need Gopher here. You need Ram, of course, for her passive Unknown Race Allies basic stats by 20%. That's really good. She also deals a little bit extra damage with Rupture cards, but you also want her for her Rupture card, because every time you hit an enemy with a Rupture card, it's going to give you 40 points, and because you can hit up to 3 enemies, that's 120 points. Really nice. Like the more of these types of attacks you can do, and the Rupture card, as well as like Echidna's Infect card, because Infect gives you 25 points per enemy infected. Even if they are immune to like debuffs, it's still gonna give you the points. Like the more of those attacks you can get in a run, like the better, because that's going to give you more points. But you also need Ram for her stance cancelling card, which cancels stances on silver and gold. Well, actually it stuns, but because the boss is immune to stun or whatever, it's just going to cancel his stance, and cancelling a stance gives you 300 points, and for this particular run you need to clear it within 3 turns and cancel like 3 stances, so you do need to be kind of lucky with cards to you know get enough of these stance cancelling cards. So that's why you need Ram. Echidna, of course, because she's going to increase our basic stats for every Unknown Race ally on the battlefield, so 15% there. She's also going to keep increasing her own attack related stats, which of course like the little side mobs, and you'll see that in a bit, but the little side mobs are of course gonna sort of remove your buffs and stuff like that. She's also really good for her Infect card, but if you don't have Echidna, I guess you can go with Rimuru. Echidna is only better because she buffs your basic stats, and like of course the more stats you have at the end or during the run, like the more points you're gonna accumulate. But Rimuru does also have an Infect card. He only has another like Signatory card, and Signatory cards aren't really preferable here, because you do want to have as many like AoE cards as you possibly can, so that you can kill the mobs when you need to kill the mobs, and then when you actually kill the mobs you will be able to like deal more damage to Ludo. So having AoE cards there as like a lifeline in those situations is better. But Rimuru should also work. He's also gonna get like a lot of pierce. He can also kind of work instead of like Gopher, or like with Gopher, because if you get like a Rimuru gold card instead of like a Gopher gold card, and he gets his pierce buff, he can also kill Luda Margaret easily. Now of course we do have Nanashi here with his Holy Relic. Now Nanashi comes in clutch for 2 reasons. For his passive, of course, like the stats is one thing, but like being able to remove the enemy's alt gauge orbs is really nice. So that means you don't have to waste like Gopher Signatory cards during phases where the boss doesn't take a lot of damage, and you can like use them during phases where you can actually damage the boss, because every time you deal 200,000 damage you're gonna get 100 points, and you want to deal as much damage as you possibly can, as many times as you can, without actually killing the boss. So not having to waste those cards is really nice because the boss usually like attacks you before like the little mobs remove your buffs. So he will attack you, he will like lose his ult gauge or his ult, and you'll be like fine. Now of course you do have to like run the wolf boss to get his holy relic, because the holy relic is of course also going to increase our unknown allies basic stats by 30% and also then increase our defense related stats, which I guess is also going to give us a little bit of points at the end. I'm not sure if it actually does. I think it's just HP. It's still nice though. It means that we're going to take like less damage and stuff like that, so that's really nice. So you have your 3 like unknown buffers, and then you have go for buffing attack related stats when he has his full ult gauge orbs. I did put Tarmil Grace on Ram, and I did put Ludo Margaret on Echidna. I guess I could have put Ludo Margaret on Ram and Tarmil on Echidna, simply because like if you attack a buffed enemy and you do want to attack with Ram when the enemy is buffed because of the Rupture card, you're gonna deal more damage. But I found that Ram took too much damage in that case. Echidna was a little bit more tanky. At least for me, at least my Echidna. So it might be like completely different for you, but that was the case for me. So let's just get into like what sort of things do you need to keep in mind? What sort of missions are there? Well, you do have these missions, and then you have the Oath of Combat. So the missions are clear with all heroes having more than 70% HP for 160 points. This one I never really managed to get, because he either focuses down Ram or Echidna, which is usually the one with the lower HP. And because the one with the lower HP of course doesn't have Tarmil, because they deal a lot of AoE damage and stuff like that, she's probably not gonna have more 70% HP, so you can just say goodbye to like 160 points, which is still be fine, you know. And the second mission is remove stances 2 times from the enemy using skills with stance cancelling effect. Now because the tactic of this sort of run requires you to get like 3 stance cancelling cards, this mission is like automatically like completed, so you don't have to think about that. Inflict rupture damage on the enemy 3 times. This is also completed like turn 1 most of the time. Sometimes you have to like attack with other cards just to get like the go for gold card to merge, but most of the time you just attack with her turn 1 and complete that mission. Even if you don't get any more rupture cards ever again during the run, it should still be easily to complete, because you only need to hit like once, right, when the little enemies are actually buffed. So don't waste it when they're not buffed, but just use the rupture card when they are buffed, and you'll get the points. You'll also get like 120 points or 40 points per mob hit, so 120 points total because it's 3 mobs. Then you also have like the final mission here, inflict over 400,000 damage in a single attack against 1 enemy. And with this tactic you'll easily do that with Gopher on turn 2 on phase 1, because you're gonna try to get his gold card, and his gold card alone, if he hits all crits, that's gonna be well over like 600,000 damage. If you start missing some crits, that's gonna still be like 500,000 damage something, and I think if you miss all crits, that's still gonna be 400,000 damage, but I don't think you can kill the boss with just 400,000 damage, because the boss has like 570,000 HP or something like that. But yeah, those are the missions. They give you some points, but the Oath of Combat is the thing that's gonna give you more points, because it's a percentage based on like not just these missions, but then also like the other points you're gonna accumulate. We're gonna run like with the maximum thingies here, so we are allowed to eat food, and of course we're eating HP food for like the most score. So clear without using Fire of Life Ultimate Escanor, so you can't use the 1 ultimate, and because we're not, that's an automatic 15%. Clear stage within 9 turns. Now even if you don't complete this, say it takes you 10 or 11 turns, you'll still have at least 5,500 points, sometimes well over 6,000 points. I think like the most I had when I completed with the turn 10, I got like 6,800, almost 6,900 points. So you can still like get top scores with that. So, and then also clear without using ultimate moves. This one is, well, we're just not going to use ultimate moves. If you'd rather do this, you can still get like 5,000 points easily, maybe even get like top 100. I don't know, if you're really lucky with like how many rupture and infect cards you get. And of course that's going to be a lot easier, right? You're just not going to eat food. You're going to get a little less points because you're of course not getting like the HP buff, but you are allowed to like use ultimates, and ultimates can also give you stats. So Echidna's ultimate, for example, is going to boost your basic stats, right? So basic stats of unknown allies by 35% or 20%, and increases damage dealt by 35%. Yeah, so 20% basic stats, that kind of makes up for that, I guess. But then again, you're just gonna lose 15% right off the bat if you do this. But that's something you can do if you want. I'll try to show some of those teams in another video that's gonna come out in a few days probably, and I'll try to like show you some farming teams and stuff like that as well. But for now, this is the team we're gonna use, and let's just get into the runs, right? So yeah. Okay, so to start off with, you'll have to like reset a lot of times. So be prepared to use a lot of like stamina potions, be prepared to use a lot of food, whether or not you're running like HP food or you're running attack food or whatever you're running. Just make sure that you have enough materials, and if you don't, like if you run out, just go grind them out, buy them in the shop. And yeah, because you are gonna have to reset a lot until you get at least 1 merger with Gopher's single target attack. So I'll just keep doing this with You can get like 3 resets a minute, just about, maybe 4 sometimes. It all depends on like how quickly it loads for you, how quick you are. I hate the PC client because you have to scroll down to click this. It's sort of one of the, and I'll also do this just so that I don't have to like keep clicking that prompt as soon as it like pops up. There we go. At least we got one merger. This is the worst possible merger, I guess. The better one would have been, I guess, even either getting one of these, another one of her cards, even the Gopher card, or the very best possibility, or the 2 very best possibilities, another one of these cards, because then you'll get 3 new cards and it's gonna be a lot easier to actually get like the proper card that you want, or the proper merger. Or you get another one of these cards, and this is the very, very best possibility, though it's a lot harder to actually get 2 of these cards in 3 draws, you know. So but what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna waste this card, use this card for points, and then that. And why I'm saying like the Echidna Infect card is better because you get like 75 points turn 1 if you do this. Unfortunate, we only got 1, so we just keep resetting. Alright, we did get another chance here, and I think what I'll do is, yeah, I'll probably merge these. It doesn't really matter, so long as you're like wasting the Gopher debuff card and then also using the Echidna card here, you're gonna get some points at the start. Unfortunate. This is how the majority of your hopes and dreams are gonna get crushed for this, and this is only the tactic that you have to use to get like the perfect score, right? To get over 7,000 points. That is of course only if you want to go for 7,000 points. There are a lot easier ways. You can get like 5,000, you can get like 0.1% or 1% in the top. So they don't require this level of like insanity that I'm showing you right here. But yeah, we'll just keep going, I guess. Okay, so it's been 6 minutes so far, and this is the 3rd attempt. Yeah, so basically you want to do this is because these 2 cards are kind of nice to have, you want to merge it like this. So let's just see if this actually becomes a valid attempt, and it kind of does. I'd rather have like an attack card. This is really unfortunate here. I'd rather have an attack card simply for the reason that I'll be able to deal a little bit more damage. Now Gopher can still kill here, I do believe. I'm just gonna have to check at Ludo Margaret's total HP. So 576. Yeah, Gopher, if he hits all crits, is gonna hit for over 600k. It's still doable, but if he misses like 1 or 2 crits, then it's already over. So let's just see if this goes well. So I'll just go over, like, there are some ways like you can get a lot of points. So for instance, as I did like with the first attack with the Echidna, applying the infect debuff on enemies is going to give you 25 points per enemy debuff. Now these little mobs can be damaged this turn. They have like a 1-turn immunity. On phase 2 they have a 2-turn immunity. So during those turns, like, you can of course apply infect to them without killing them, which is really nice. If you sort of attack with the infect card and it kills them, then it doesn't apply the infect card, at least not with Lolly Merlin that I've tried with another team. I'm not sure if Echidna's does, because I never really killed them with the infect card. Perhaps it doesn't, but at least the rupture damage still goes through, and rupture gives a lot more points. It gives 40 points per enemy hit. So now when we attack with this card, it's gonna give us 120 points. That's really nice, and those are sort of the attacks you want to attack with. And you also want to start saving up a bunch of these cards, because you will need to, for this tactic in particular, you will need to like remove 3 of Ludociel's stances. Turn 1 it doesn't really matter, or phase 1 I guess, because all we're really trying is just to kill Ludo here. So we're gonna do that. Okay, that's really good. He did hit all crits, so he was able to kill. We also got a bonus of 100 points for hitting at least 200,000 damage, and we got a bonus of how much was it? Like 400 points for completing one of the missions. So it's dealing 400,000 damage, that's 300 points. Okay, yeah. And also dealing rupture damage, that's 200 points. Rupture damage, of course, you're gonna deal. But you, like, if I waste this now, they haven't buffed yet. So once they actually buff, that's when you want to use these cards. I'm just gonna try to not get Gopher's ultimate just yet. So I'm gonna waste one of these cards. With Echidna, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna pass. This isn't the best sort of start here. Hopefully we can get some more of these cards to get some more points, because the little orbs are immune for 2 turns. Infecting Ludociel also makes it so that he cannot heal. Like, infect is the only... Oh, that's unfortunate. We got a merger. So we did get our attack buff there, but that should still be fine. But like infecting Ludociel prevents him from healing. He heals every 2 turns, and every 4 turns he like revives these orbs who are then immune for another 2 turns. That is why in order to like get 3 of these, as you can see, he's gonna apply a stance here, which is a counter stance. So if you attack him while he has a stance up, he will sort of almost kill you. If your units are squishy enough, he will kill you. And by breaking that stance, like you'll get 300 points. You'll complete one of the missions if you break it twice, which is gonna give you another 180 points. That doesn't really matter, but that's what we're aiming for. We're mostly aiming for to have like enough turns so that we can do a lot of like rupture damage and stuff like that to sort of start raking in the points. You do want to try to get as many of these as you can. Here I'm just gonna waste, of course. I have to actually attack with Gopher, so that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attack him just to remove his ultimate. That ultimate is really annoying because it applies a shield to him, and because the little mobs are alive, he takes a lot less damage. And like having the shield on, like there's no way you can break the shield. You can, of course, if you have a unit that has like a buff removal, you can remove it the second turn it's up. The first turn it's up, he actually gains a immunity to buff removal. The nice thing about having Nanashi in the back, of course, is he's gonna keep removing like Ludo's ults and stuff like that. But here we're gonna remove this, we're gonna do the rupture damage, and I'm just gonna attack with the Echidna. He's still gonna heal up, so I'm just wasting an Echidna card. Maybe I could have wasted the Gopher card, maybe that would have been better. At least the little mobs are dead. And hopefully we can get some more of these cards here. One of the bad things about actually getting your ultimate is like it clogs up your hand, like prevents you from getting merges and stuff like that. Here I think he might get, unless he attacks, yeah, that's good. So he's not gonna get his ult. Then I don't really need to attack with Gopher, but I still think I am, just to sort of deal a little bit more damage. Now we are gonna lose our ults. We're gonna lose 2 ult gauge orbs with each unit. Yeah, it's gonna be nice because he's gonna revive the little mobs again, and he's gonna reapply the shield. So this is gonna be the second time he reapplies the shield. And you do want to keep him low. Like if you can keep him really, really low, then you don't have to break the final shield if you deal enough damage, you know. Alright, we got an infect card. That's really good. That's gonna make it so that we can get at least a little bit of points. He might even heal next turn, I think, because he heals every 2 turns. So currently we are on turn 7, and why you want to like 2-turn the first phase is because you do want to beat this within 9 turns to get some extra points, which is, I don't know, does it show here? No, it just shows these missions. But one of the, I think it's called Oath of Combats, is you need to kill it within 9 turns, and I think it's worth like 15% or something of your total score. So even if you fail it, you can still get like easily 6,000, almost 7,000 points if you get a good run. This run hasn't been the best, honestly, like if I'm being completely honest, but so we're gonna just stun him here, and we're gonna infect. That's gonna give us some points. That's gonna prevent him from actually healing up, because he's the only debuff that is able to. And I actually have to remove his ultimate as well with Gopher. I hope that doesn't kill. I so hope that doesn't kill. I don't think it's gonna kill, but at least we're getting 75 points there. We're also removing the ultimate. But again, if he attacks us while Nanashi has his buff up on any one of our units, then that's gonna be really good. So here at least we got like one of these cards that we can use to sort of stun him. What I will do here, because it's turn 8 now, I will just move this card and hold on, I actually have to remove his ult. Oh, okay. I have to remove his ult. I hope that doesn't do too much damage. I don't think it will. Yeah, there's no way it does. So I'm just gonna do this. We're gonna get our ults with all our units, and hopefully we can get an AoE card to kill the little mobs, and then all we need to do like is stun him to remove the final stance up, and we have to hit him with an AoE and then just kill him. Though I don't think I have enough damage to actually kill him. Hope he doesn't heal back too much. We do have our attack buff though, so she's gonna have to kill him with this card because we can't use our ults. We do this, and then that. I mean, that still does a little bit of chip damage. Hopefully like the bronze card will be enough. So now the little mobs are dead and he can take more damage. Okay. It wasn't the best run. This is nowhere near 7,000, maybe like 6,500 at best. So 6.7 almost. Alright, that's totally fine actually. I'm not sure if that's even top 100 anymore. My 7,059 is top 41. It was top 30 when I got it yesterday. So if we have a look, yeah, it would have been top 100 still. Oh, I know I'm supposed to show you how you can kill it by turn 3, but I actually got a really good start here, so you might as well just see how it goes. But basically the turn 3 tactic is you just kill it turn 3, and then you try to kill the second phase as quickly as you can, and with this team like you should get enough points, so that's really good. Oh wow, dude. Okay. This might be actually one of the better runs. So let's just see here. Yeah, like sometimes you get like these runs when you're not expecting them. We're gonna do some rupture damage to get 120 points. Then we're gonna do this and finish it off with that. That should take us into phase 2, and hopefully we can like keep getting some of these cards, because those are really nice for like getting points. Hopefully we can get some more, you know, stun cards and stuff like that. So we can get at least natural mergers with them and not like have to move cards, because that's gonna give us alt gauge orbs, and the more like alt gauge orbs you have, or the more ults you have, I guess. That's kind of annoying as well. Here I'm gonna do this. He is not gonna get his ult because he's probably gonna attack Echidna. I will do that. Actually, yeah, that might be everything I do this turn, unfortunately. Because if I attack with Gopher, he's gonna get his ult. That means he's gonna get the attack buff from his Holy Relic. Now the attack buff from the Holy Relic lasts for 2 turns. And we need it to last 3 turns so we can deal more damage to Ludo. It's not really that important for the first of these turns where he actually puts a stance there, and we're just gonna remove the ult. We're gonna do some rupture damage, we're gonna remove the ult, and then I'll waste this card with the Echidna. Now the rupture damage only of course gives us, or it should have given us, I didn't quite see that. It actually gave us like 120 points or whatever. Let's just see, because we've used rupture twice, 240 points. Okay, yeah. We did get another rupture card. We can stun him. And he lost his alt gauge orb there because he attacked the Echidna. Now these little orbs, they sort of remove your buffs, but because he attacks before the orb actually attacks with this card, which removes buffs, he still sort of disables himself every single time. So I'll actually attack with one of the Gopher attacks, simply for the reason that I want to do as much chip damage as I can to him. So he's cancel stance, 300 points, 20 points for the rupture damage. And then this should at least do 200,000 damage. Which should give us another 100 points. So, you know, the points are coming in. Now he is gonna heal here. That is a little bit unfortunate, I guess. I will merge like this, and I will do one of these attacks. I'll save the infect for when the little mobs come in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove the ult as well. So I was gonna save that card, but hopefully we can get some more Gopher cards, because we are gonna lose these ults and our hand is gonna sort of start filling up. And we do have another like stance cancelling card, so that's nice. Not the 200,000 damage we needed, but I will get another Gopher card, and we did get another stance cancelling card. That is perfect. It's absolutely beautiful. That's what I'd like to see. So I'm not gonna get his ult just yet, or yeah, I'm not gonna get his ult just yet. But what I will do is I'm gonna infect him. That's gonna give us 75 points because we infect the little mobs as well. You can't really infect them because they're immune or whatever, but you still get the points for it. As you can see here. There we go. Ludo is the only one that gets infected, and that's like the only debuff you can apply to him, I think. I'm not sure. So if you're using some other teams, like say you don't have Echidna but you have Rimuru, like Rimuru still has like an infect card, so that tactic still works. Right, we can do an infect card again. Now we are on turn 8, coming up on turn 8. Actually I used the Gopher card first, so I deal a little bit more damage. Alright. And we will have Gopher's buff for 2 turns. Now they can't remove Gopher's buff, the little mobs. Okay, we got an AoE. It's a rupture card. That's really nice. This could be the best run. Because I think this attack is gonna deal at least 200,000 damage. This is gonna give us 120 points. So the 200,000 damage is another 100 points, and this is another 300 points, on top of like all the points we already have. So I think this might be a 7,000 point run. And I think that's what I'm gonna keep in the video as well. I'll just have to like show you some other guides or whatever in a separate video, because... Alright, 200,000 damage, that's good. And the points? Oh, there we go. Actually beat my record. So let's just see what we got the points for. So a lot of like applying infect and rupture damage, as you can see. Cancelling enemy stances. This is the normal amount you can get from doing this run. Inflicting as much damage as you can. So we did 200,000 damage 4 times. So the first attack and then another 3 times. That's good. So like you can just check here what you need to do. Total remaining HP as points. You're of course gonna lose 456 points every single time if you do it in 9 turns. But yeah, there's quite a lot of like score. So 4,214. yeah, I think that might be... Like, I think my other run where I actually failed, I had a little bit more score than that. That's like the base score. But Gopher didn't kill, so he left him on 1 HP, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, like, all we did was we didn't complete this because, was it the Kidna was probably too low. She's always too low. And then, of course, we completed those missions as well. Let's just see where that actually places us. Rank 22, so I'm using that in my screenshot. Alright, so rank 22 should be on page 2 here. Oh, just above Goibel, the YouTuber we faced off in that last PvP video. Sorry, man. Alright, well, I think that's gonna be it for this guide. Like, I still haven't recorded the team, like what you need to do with the team. I'll record that and place it at the beginning of the video, but anyway, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you found this guide useful. There will be some more guides. I'm gonna show you some other teams, some more free-to-play friendly teams that can get at least 4,000, 5,000 points. That should put you well within like the top 60%. So I'll also try to show you like a farming team so you can farm out the challenge mode, as well as like some of the easier modes, maybe on auto, so you can like clear out the shop, because clearing out the shop is, yeah, like getting at least the cosmetics, maybe even the card, really nice. And then of course like one of these things. I'll just buy 40 of those, and then you can just, I think these are the most important ones, as well as the hammers. So if you can get those daily just to clear out the shop, that should be really nice. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. That's gonna be it for the guide. Hope you found it useful. Hope it helped you a bit. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and yeah, I guess I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.